Hey, how's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel after yesterday's embarrassment, after yesterday's pain. I'm not gonna lie, not feeling that much better. It was hell on earth to watch Arsenal lose 2-0 against Bournemouth and pretty much do nothing for the whole game. It was rough, it was tough, and today, in a way, what we're gonna talk about is two worrying things that at the moment are concerning me the most. And it's not about, maybe it's maybe the most obvious things, yet at the same time I think people tend to overlook it quite a bit. So we're definitely gonna talk about those two things. We're gonna talk about our bench and our finishing our chances, two other things, and that is gonna coincide together one big massive problem. So we're gonna talk about that. So if you're new around here, of course, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like the thing, and leave your thoughts down in comments below. Now, before we get into this, just a quick update. At the moment, I'm feeling much better than I was yesterday and the day before. Slowly getting to the point where I can do consistent streams and talk for extended periods of time, but I have this cough which really is bothering me. So I think in about 2-3 days, maybe 4, streams will start back up again. But until then, definitely we're gonna do some videos. So enough about that. Let's not talk about it too much. Let's dig straight into the bench. And here it is. Here it is. Basically, as we all know, Arsenal have quite a bit of injuries. Odegaard was out, Saka was out, Timber is out. Obviously, also Martinelli, I think, wasn't in the best of shapes after that hamstring or whatever that knock he had. But pretty much everyone played. Every single damn player played who were available at the time. And if you look, we started Merino as a left number 8, which already showed me that bigger chance than not, we gonna fluff this game. I said already when the starting 11 came out, it's gonna be a tough game, it's gonna be a rough game, and based on the fact that this is looking like Wenger type of midfield, if you recall the days when we played with 3 box-to-box / defensive midfielders on the pitch without any, it could be a bit rough. It could get very ropey at certain point. Now the thing is, Wenger also played a creative box-to-box mid. We in this formation didn't have any. Merino, he can make some tackles. Pace is not there, he cannot pass properly. Rice, I don't know what he was doing. Partey arguably was our best performer in the first half and everything. But the biggest issue is forward line, because with Saka out, we had to start Raheem Sterling, who, not gonna lie, for the 37 minutes he played until Saliba got the red card, he was utterly useless. Pretty much useless. He had maybe 1-2 chances he tried to create, but again, we had this tendency to overplay the ball. We had a chance to shoot at goal, we don't. We legitimately take 3 extra touches and try to find the perfect pass to pass it into empty net. Had that with Sterling, had that with Jesus, and had that on two more occasions. And at the end of the day, that means we did nothing. We didn't have pretty much no shots whatsoever. Bournemouth absolutely destroyed us. As I said yesterday in my match reaction, Arsenal pretty much made Bournemouth look like prime Barcelona. But yeah, look at the front 3. Sterling, Havertz, Trossard. The other question is, why, all of a sudden, Arteta decided to change things up? Why? Can someone explain me this? Because Trossard was working very decently as that number 10 instead of Odegaard. Worked good against PSG, worked in other games as well, like a charm pretty much. Because let's be real, playing without Odegaard already is rough enough for Arsenal. Because even though Odegaard wasn't the best of forms creation-wise in a way, he was the one that actually could find passes and distribute the ball. Arsenal losing him was a big worry. Now, we played Trossard there and Havertz in front of him, and it was working. We did that against PSG, we did that in Premier League games, and we won them. Obviously, it wasn't perfect, but it was working. And all of a sudden, for this game, Arteta decides to put in 3 pretty much defensive type of midfielders, more or less, in the midfield, with no creation up front, and push out Trossard out to the wing, where he has no pace, where he doesn't have the best chance to use his abilities. And what happened? Trossard plays a back pass, Saliba loses his head, he has the bozo moment, we get a red card. And now, with this team, look who we subbed on. We subbed on Kivior to play that defensive role. We subbed on Martinelli in 64th minute, Manieri and Jesus in 81st minute. Now, Manieri got fed to the Lions. That was the first thing I said when Yeri came on. Jesus, what he is gonna change? He has done nothing this season or even last season in a way, to justify his signing and justify the salary he is getting. He couldn't even score against bloody Bolton when we put 5 past them. Whenever he has played, he has been shocking. Martinelli comes on, he gets arguably the only good chance we got throughout the whole game, and he misses it. He fluffs it, as he has done it for the last year and a half. It generally feels like he has fell off the cliff. He doesn't know how to score, how to do anything almost. Hasn't had a good game overall. Yes, he had some glimpses of hope that he could recover, but overall it doesn't look that way. He misses the big chance he should be scoring. 2 seasons ago, he puts that chance away 10 times out of 10. Last and this season, he basically fluffs it. And instantly afterwards, we are losing. And then Jakub Kiwior comes on. So look at the bench. Who is replacing our main guys when they are not available or we need to change something in the game? So Kiwior comes on for defense. Martinelli, okay, that would be a decent sub. Mangieri, not proven, not anything, got fed to the lines. Jesus, a guy who pretty much is washed. Us signing Jesus and Zinchenko that one season pretty much funded City signing Erling Haaland, and we all see how that is going. We, in one season, in the first season of Jesus and Zinchenko being here, outgrew both of them. And they aren't any more good enough for Arsenal. We should be selling them. And then look at the further subs we have on the bench. Setford, because Neto cannot play against his old team, because it's alone. Zinchenko, Jorginho, Skelly, and Ishmael Kabia. And look at the injuries. Odegaard, Timber, Saka, Tierney. Odegaard is a number 1 guy. Timber is a starter. Saka is a starter. We lost some of our main guys. And instantly that means we should have bench good enough to sub on to make things go better. Not better, but at least not to lose that much of a pace in terms of team play. But when we do this, we instantly sub on these guys. We put on these guys like Sterling, we put in Merino with no creativity in the midfield. We somehow decide again Trossard, who is better in the midfield type of role than on the wing. We instantly just fell off the cliff. Ben White should be holding bench for at least next 10 games because he was getting cooked by Semenyo and every other winger left, right, and center 24/7. Kiwior's back pass leads to a penalty, makes it 2-0. It was all shambles, and this is the so-called bench that every single Top Gunner, Arteta-only fans, claim it's gonna work. It's gonna make us the contenders. It's gonna keep us in the race. Where is it gonna keep us in the race? Because Arsenal's issue never has been the big 6. It's always been these small teams. Southampton, this case Bournemouth, Everton, West Ham, Fulham, all these teams. We don't... Against Big 6, it could go either way because it's so-called Big 6, obviously. Our Arsenal's biggest issue over the countless years has been the smaller teams, and it showed that again today. We saw yesterday that Bournemouth were playing like they were a Big 6 side. Arsenal were playing like a mid-table team, at best. And it showed. It showed with 11 men we couldn't do anything, with 10 men we couldn't do anything. And now it's the big question. This is the so-called bench that is fixed after 700, nearly 800 million spent. And we don't have a proper substitution for Saka, for Odegaard. We don't have a proper bagsman up top. We don't have proper replacements in key areas. And this is the 800 million that it's getting you. Kiwior, Sterling. Why the have we signed Sterling? Players like that, why have we signed them? Like, what was the reason? It's just wasting money left, right, and center. This so-called fixed bench is barely good enough to be a good bench for Southampton. Barely good enough to be a backup bench for Southampton. You could say that's a championship almost level bench we have there. Let's be real. Maybe minus Martinelli or someone like that, but in this form Martinelli as well plays like a championship level player. But overall, yeah. Saliba is missing the next game at Emirates against Liverpool. What's going to happen there? What is going to happen there? Who are we going to play there? Because no matter who we play there, it's going to be ropes. Unless somehow Timber gets back and we can maybe switch formation, or Arteta decides to go with 5 at the back. Maybe go back to roots when he just took over. It's going to be peak. It's generally going to peak. Our bench is nowhere good enough to do anything at the moment. We cannot rely on bench consistently enough to win us the games. Because if you look at Man City, the main thing we are going up against, left winger, for example, Foden is out. Bang, in the left wing they put Grealish. Bernardo Silva can put on right wing in the number 10 spot. Savio, Doku, they can play on both sides. They have covered every single position. Okay, Haaland gets injured. What will City do? Yet people put that argument there because Alvarez isn't there. But how comes Pep Guardiola won it before Haaland with no designated striker, with having just Mahrez playing as a number 9, Grealish playing as a number 9? They don't need actually a striker. They have the adaptability to actually make it without striker, proper one, out and out. They can do it, and they have done it before. And this so-called bench and everything comes together with this. Arsenal have missed 20 of their 29 big chances in the Premier League this season. And this now coincides with the transfer window, which I have been screaming every single day for the last summer, and most of the Arsenal fans who see it. We need a proper bagsman up top. We need a proper striker, dead-eye finisher. We need at least one up top. At least one. Obviously, you can make an argument for the fact that Odegaard is out, Saka is out, there's no creativity for him, right? At the same time, even when they are back, we don't have that. There are times when Saka and Odegaard are there, and we are still struggling to put the ball in the back of the net. Many times. We saw it last year, we've seen it this year as well. We are struggling to a very high degree. So this 20 out of 29, people still tell me, oh, Havertz is gonna score 20 goals this season in Premier League. He's the key to our success. We don't need a proper striker up top. We don't need a bagsman. Are you goddamn kidding me? Are you goddamn kidding me? We need a striker up top. We need a proper bagsman up top. And we are, at the moment, 2 months and few days away from January transfer window opening up. Do I have any reason to believe that Arsenal will go sign, let's just say, Gyökeres in January? No, I don't. We haven't signed a massive player in January almost for the countless years. Last time we did that, we signed Aubameyang. And that pretty much was only because Sanchez left to Manchester United. We don't tend to do big, massive deals in January, ever. Many times when you look at January deals, it's a mediocre, subpar players who maybe at best are our rotational players. Trossard's deal worked out, but besides that, it's been nothing. Genuinely nothing. It's embarrassing. On top of that, there are already talks that Liverpool is going to do something potentially in January market. City is going to do something in January market. And if I'm sitting here as an Arsenal fan, my expectation is that if other big teams are going to do something, we should be keeping up with them. If City go for someone, we should go for someone. And given the fact that Arsenal have more deficiencies in the team than City, for example, I expect us to be proactive in the transfer window and get more players and better players for our team than City are getting. But do I have any confidence we're going to do that? No, we don't. I don't, at least. Because what I expect from January transfer window at the moment pretty much is maybe, links every day to every single player on the face of the world. And at the end of the day, we're gonna sign another Sterling level player. 100%. That is my expectation at the moment. Unless we somehow go and sign Gyökeres. Which, it could be too late by that time. Let's be real. At the same time, it could inspire our team to do something. Because Odegaard will be back by then. Saka will be back. If they click, it could be insane. It could be. You never know, obviously. But at the moment when I'm looking at Arsenal, it is hell on earth. It's very depressing to look at what is happening at the moment. I don't know even what to expect. Because we haven't seen actually a proper striker under Mikel Arteta as well. He hasn't signed a proper striker whatsoever. He signed Jesus. He's not a striker. He's more of a winger than a striker. And Jesus has said himself scoring goals is not his main trait. He signed Havertz. He's not a proper striker. He is basically a player who can play 3 positions at once, but he is not a specialist in any of those. Yet Arteta still insists we sign him as a midfielder. Arteta has binned every striker he has had, to be honest. Lacazette, Aubameyang, he paid Lacazette to play sometimes as a CDM. Aubameyang as a left wing back. He binned Balogun, he kept Nketiah, now he has binned Nketiah. I generally, in a way, have a feeling Arteta doesn't even know how to coach a proper striker. Because while Arteta was there at City, City didn't have a proper striker. Arteta left City and then they signed a proper striker in Erling Haaland. This is also a big worry. There is no guarantee that if we will sign a striker, Arteta will know how to coach him. Because as far as I'm concerned, he can make him play left wing back and defensively, and that means we don't have an outlet in attack. So what are we gonna do then? Arsenal have missed 20 of 29 big chances in the Premier League this season. And it shows. You can see it. We have lost the second game this year. At least against Aston Villa, we lost the first one. This is the second one. First away loss, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Well, in Premier League. And when I'm looking at this, I'm actually kind of speechless. Because every single chance of window, all the time, I am saying we need a striker, we need a bagsman up front. Yet people tell me to shut up, go support Spurs because I'm too negative just because I want a striker. They think that we don't need a striker. How about this? 20 of 29 big chances missed. That means we have basically missed about let's just say we scored every those 20 chances, but let's just say we score half. We have missed 10 goals. 10 goals. And if you recall, if you're top of my memory, 2 goals we could have scored against Brighton with 10 men. Havertz missed one-on-one, Saka missed a goal. We could have scored against City as well. We could have won that game as well if we got lucky. Same goals against same goal again. We missed quite a bit of chances against Leicester, against Southampton when we started to pressing them. There have been countless games where we have these chances, we just don't score because our quality in front of net isn't good enough. Because when we take the chances, we tend to miss them. And when we even have a chance to shoot, we just don't take it. We overplay the ball, we pass it all around to try to score the perfect goal. But why we are doing that? Sometimes the best option is just take it and bang it in the net. Because yesterday as well, Sterling had a shot on target he could have taken. Declan Rice had a chance. Jesus had a chance. Merino even had a chance. He tried to take a shot. Yes, I'll admit that. But most of those chances, there was a proper open net line to the net where we could have taken a shot. Yet we still insist to passing it off to trying to score the perfect goal. It's like Arteta has forbidden us from shooting. As Michael Jordan used to say, the only shots you miss are the ones you don't take. And we are taking none of them. And to add to that, even the chances we are trying, or even the shots we are taking, we missed most of them at the moment. We have missed 20 out of 29. That's basically nearly 20 out of 30. Which means we have missed 67% of big chances. 67%. And it shows. It shows in frustration. It shows in results. Maybe some games when we score 4 it doesn't show, but you can see by the performances. This is not sustainable. At some point these performances will also catch up to us in results. And yesterday was the day. Our shit performance caught up us into a very negative result. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but at the moment, it's not looking great if nothing changes. It's genuinely frustrating at the moment to watch. And this is a big issue for Arsenal. This is a massive issue for Arsenal. So-called a fixed bench is nowhere good enough. It's basically a lower end Premier League / Championship level bench. And we cannot finish our chances. 2 of the biggest reasons, obviously there's also Arteta's insanity, his micromanaging and his stubbornness at times, his dictatorship in a way as well at Arsenal. It's all coming together, and at the moment, the performances, there's nothing to be excited about. Because we had the similar performances against Leicester, against Southampton, even before that, we just managed to scrape by. On sheer ability, the fact that we had more talent because we had Saka then, we had 11 men, while Saliba was playing, and we had proper starting 11 now, and Trossard was playing as a 10. Yesterday we push him out wing, we don't have Saka, our second best creative outlet after Odegaard arguably. And we basically fought like a piece of paper. And on top of that, Saliba has a bozo moment. He gets a red card and we're instantly screwed. I'm generally scared now to think of what's going to happen at Anfield. We also have a UCL game against Shakhtar. If we lose that game, oh bloody hell, how the energy will change in Arsenal's fan base. You can guarantee it. There are lots of fans I generally believe are already slowly panicking a bit. They're kind of on the edge. And if we lose to Shakhtar, it genuinely could be curtains in a way. But anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in comments below. Let me know how you feel. Have a great evening. Have a start of the week tomorrow. Take care. Stay safe. As I said, like, comment, subscribe. Comment your thoughts, opinions. Take care and see you all very soon. Peace.